single bullet cut the air. It was cold, thin air, slicing across the valley for nearly 2 kilometers. Her breath was a faint ghost in the pre-dawn dark, rifle steady in her hands. Through the scope, she watched. 3-0.-8 seconds after her finger squeezed, the target's head snapped back. A figure, distant and small, dropped to the snow-crusted ground. Only then did she breathe out. Done, she whispered into the radio. 3 days earlier, the sun dropped behind the rugged Montana peaks. Its last orange light stained the snow-capped summits in fire. Darkness crept into the valleys below, 20 meters from the old, patrolled border track. Its remote wilderness was a soft spot, a quiet truth for things that should not pass. Its isolation made it perfect for those who wished to remain unseen. Sarah Croft stood on the porch of her farmhouse.
No matter how
her eyes
far
scanned
away
the
they
distant
are.
tree line. 40-2 years had left character on her face. Not age, but wind and hard decisions had etched it there. Her dark brown hair, practical, was pulled back. Green eyes, sharp, missed nothing. She carried herself with the calm confidence of someone who stared death down and survived. To the people in the nearest small town, she was simply Sarah Croft, a widow. She had come north 5 years ago, after her husband's passing. A private woman. She kept to herself and tended her small farm. Sometimes sold her and carved walking sticks at the local fair. Few knew the quiet woman living among them had once been the deadliest long-distance sniper in Delta Force. Inside her home, a reinforced door? 6-tier. Kept her sanctuary hidden. It would hold against anything less than military explosives. Hand-woven rugs covered wide wooden floors. A stone fireplace, black with soot and time, dominated one wall. Family photographs, examined carefully, showed a lathe built for cover. But beneath the rusted calm, her true purpose waited. Sarah moved to the kitchen. Her steps were silent, a habit from years of training. She pressed her palm against a hidden scanner beside the pantry. A soft click, and a concealed door swung inward. Sarah descended concrete steps into darkness. Motion sensors activated. Soft light bloomed, revealing her true room. The basement had no windows. Acoustic dampening lined the walls. A weapon-cleaning station sat in one corner. Surveillance monitors showed feeds from cameras hidden across her land. A specialized communication system took up another wall. At the center, a heavy steel table held classified files. The highest clearances marked them. Sarah activated a secure terminal. She checked for messages from her handler. None. She turned to the wall. A single photograph hung there, a stark contrast to the technology. Human in desert camouflage smiled. His arm was around a younger Sarah, Captain J. Croft. Her husband, killed in action. Syria, 2018. A terrorist named Amir Kasmi. Officially, Sarah Croft had died in that
Colonel,
same operation.
what's the
Her death
situation?
gave her the perfect cover to hunt her husband's killer. Outside official channels,
We need to talk.
her
The usual
phone
place.
buzzed
1 hour.
sharply, cutting through her thoughts.
I am in.
She looked at the screen. The name surprised her. Colonel Alistair Finch, her former commanding officer, her mentor, the only man who knew she was alive. Colonel, she answered. Her tone turned sharp, pure military instinct. We need to talk. Finch's voice was gravel, worn by for decades in special operations. Not on the phone. The usual place. 1 hour. The line went dead. Sarah's pulse quickened. Finch never broke protocol without reason. 40 minutes later, Sarah pulled her old Jeep Wrangler into the gravel parking lot of Finch's Ordnance Sporting Goods. The modest shop front, 30 kilometers from her farmhouse, was Finch's post-military business, and their occasional meeting spot. The neon sea, LOSED sign glowed in the deepening twilight, but a faint light showed from the back office. Colonel
Please,
Alistair
have a seat.
Finch stood as she entered through the rear door. 60-8 years old.
This could
He
be our only
remained
chance.
an imposing figure. His 6-foot frame was still military-straight despite the years. His face, etched deep with lines, had earned everyone, from Desert Storm to Afghanistan,
Weapons exchange.
silver hair,
Large
cut high
shipment.
and tight, as
3
it had
days from
been
now.
since West Point. Framed steel minus gray eyes.
You contacted
They
the
had seen
FBI?
more combat than most soldiers in the year. Yes,
They thank the
Army.
old man with
Good to
conspiracy
see you,
theories.
Sarah. He
The
gestured
irony
to a
of it
chair
all.
opposite his
Indeed.
cluttered desk. Behind him, mounted weapons from various conflicts adorned the wall. Each told a story of American military history. And Mon Garand, an old
Northridge.
M16, deep polished M14. What happened?
8 hostiles
Sarah
arrived
asked.
last week.
She
More
skipped the
tomorrow.
pleasantries. Finch reached beneath his desk. He produced an old electronic device. Sarah recognized it at once as secure
Look at
cryptographic
this.
order. Military hardware. It should not be in civilian hands. 2 days ago, I picked up encrypted radio transmissions from the Northridge. Familiar pattern. Using algorithms I recognized from Syria, Finch activated the device. Frequency patterns
Irony.
pulsed on its
The same
small
weapons we
screen.
once supplied.
The encryption is sophisticated, but not new to me. Sarah leaned forward. He studied
They
the
found their
patterns.
way back home.
Middle Eastern origin. Without question, similar to what Hezbollah
Who's buying?
proxies used in 2017.
But
Finch's expression darkened.
timing
I
concerns
managed
me.
to decrypt portions of it. Weapons
Perfect
exchange.
high-value target.
Large shipment. Scheduled for 3 days from now. You contacted the FBI? Finch gave a dry laugh. Without a trace of humor, I tried. I thanked the concerned citizen for his patriotic concern. Promised to look into it. Translation: old man with conspiracy theories and too many old rifles. Sarah understood. Despite his decorated career to most federal agencies, Finch was just another retired military man living in Montana. Too many guns, too many suspicions. What are we looking at? She asked. A mountain cabin.
Time to hunt ghosts
20
again.
-7 kilometers northwest of here. Remote. Accessible only by from -will drive a tracked vehicle this time of year. Finch unfolded a topographical map across his desk. I've been conducting surveillance.
Secure.
8 hostiles arrived over the past week. More expected tomorrow. Sarah studied the map. Her mind calculated distances, angles, approaches. The harsh terrain, bitter cold of the valleys. What kind of weapons? That's where it gets interesting. Finch pulled a folder from his desk. I managed to get close enough. For photographs, there I examined the images. Crates unloaded from unmarked vehicles. And with military posture, their movements disciplined.
Kazmi.
In one photo, partially visible markings on a crate made her blood run cold. Stingers. Her voice
This isn't
remained
just about
steady.
stopping a
The
terrorist
word hung
attack
in the
anymore.
cold officer. Finch nodded. Graham.
It never
yeah.
was.
I am -90 to Stinger missiles.
No.
And javelins. Wow. Surface minus to
By
minus
midnight,
Serent
she
anti
reached Northridge.
minus tank capabilities in the hands of terrorists on American soil. Sarah knew the devastation. Stingers could bring down commercial airliners. Javelins could penetrate the armor of any police vehicle. In the wrong hands, they were a domestic threat of unprecedented magnitude. Do you recognize the irony? Finch said. His expression was still grim. These are likely the same weapons we supplied to Mujahideen fighters in the 82nds. I was there,
For you.
helping distribute them
Always.
to fight the Soviets. Now they found their way back home. Who's spying? Unknown. But the timing concerns me. It's the Independence Day celebrations next month. 3 weeks. The national holiday will draw unprecedented crowds in Washington, D.C. Sarah connected the dots. A perfect high
Observation
minus
post
value
set.
target.
Commence
Finch's silence confirmed her
In position.
assessment.
Copy.
Copy.
We
Stay
need more
invisible.
intelligence. Doc concluded. We'll establish observation tonight. There's something else. Finch hesitated. Sarah had rarely seen it from her former commander. He slid another photograph across the desk. Sarah felt the air leave her lungs. She stared at the grainy image. Even in the poor light, she recognized the figure, the straight posture, the distinctive gesture when he gave orders. Amir Kazmi. The name was barely a whisper. It clotted her throat,
11
confirmed
figures
by a
at the
facial
perimeter.
recognition through my old duty contacts. Kazmi is running the operation personally. Finch watched her carefully. This isn't just about stopping a terrorist attack anymore. Sarah,
Buyers arrive tomorrow
she
at
met his
2100.
gaze. Her expression hardened. It never was. By midnight, Sarah had established an
The
observation
skies
post
over Washington,
deep in the dense
D.C.
pine
will
forest,
rain fire.
overlooking the mountain cabin. 200
11
yards away,
tangos, all
close
trained.
enough to monitor with specialized equipment, far enough to remain unseen. The bitter cold of Montana nights,
Confirmation
dropping
on
to near
stingers and
zero,
javelins. Target airspace DC
would have crippled
during
most
Independence Day.
observers. But Sarah had trained in
Understood.
Arctic conditions.
Return to base.
She had mastered the art of motionless endurance. Hour after hour, despite the freezing bite, through her thermal-imaging scope, she counted 11 men at the mountain cabin. Their movements showed military training, especially in the way they set perimeter security and conducted regular patrols. These were not common criminals. Their disciplined approach suggested special forces from somewhere in the Middle East. Dira activated her long range directional microphone. She focused on the mountain cabin's main room. 3 men gathered around a table. Maps and documents covered it. Voices came through her earpiece. Arabic. She understood it fluently. Years of deployment. The buyers arrive tomorrow at 2100 hours. A voice stated, they will inspect the merchandise before payment. Their advanced team wishes to verify the guidance systems on the Stingers. Another voice responded, particularly the IFF capabilities. A third voice joined the conversation. Sarah's grip tightened on her binoculars. It was Kazmi. Kazmi, the Americans celebrate their Independence Day soon. We will give them a celebration they will never forget. Allah willing. The skies over Washington, D.C.
I have
will rain
confirmation.
fire.
En route.
Sarah had heard enough. She
Copy.
carefully
Bunker
withdrew
ready.
from her position, moving through the forest, the silence of a ghost. Once at a safe distance, she contacted Finch through their secure channel. Confirmation on stingers and javelins. Target is airspace over Washington, D.C. During the Independence Day celebrations, I are arriving tomorrow night. Whoever goes on site, how with military training. Understood. Finch's voice crackled through the encrypted line. Return to base. For planning, dawn broke over the mountains. Sarah arrived at their rendezvous point, a hidden bunker. Finch had built it years earlier. His personal contingency against societal collapse. Built into the side of a mountain, concealed by natural vegetation, the bunker represented
okay?
Finch's Cold
Our
War
situation
mentality.
has changed.
His unwillingness to trust conventional authorities. Sarah
buyers
parked
call
her Wrangler
themselves
in a
the
natural
Sentinel
rock
Order.
formation. It concealed the vehicle from aerial observation. She approached a seemingly solid rock
Former
face,
Rangers,
found a
dishonorably
hidden panel,
discharged.
entered a 12-digit code. A section of stone slid aside, revealing a reinforced door.
He's their leader.
Inside, the bunker
Explosives
was a
expert.
military command center. Communications equipment, weapons, storage, medical
He's aligning with
supplies,
Kazmi.
provisions enough for months. Finch sat at a workstation, satellite imagery on multiple screens. Our situation has changed, he announced.
Independence
No
Day.
preamble.
Perfect cover.
Have identified the buyers, domestic extremists with international connections.
The intercept course
They
is
call
set.
themselves
Now
the
memorize
Patriot
these
Friends.
coordinates.
Ironic
Got
name. Sarah commented, these aren't the weekend warrior types who play soldier in the woods.
We have 24
Their
hours
crime
before
members
those
are
weapons
former
vanish.
military, combat experience. Some
move fast.
dishonorably discharged.
This route
some
provides
simply
maximum cover.
disillusioned. Finch displayed profiles on his screen. Their leader's Marcus Thorne, former
We'll
ranger.
stop them.
expert in explosives and tactical planning. And fair
All right, we're
connecting
looking
with
at 4
Islamic
distinct heat
extremists.
signatures.
Strange bedfellows.
Before sunrise, confirmed.
United by their hatred of the government, Thorn provides domestic infrastructure and movement. Kazmi provides weapons and international expertise. Zara studied the intelligence. Finch had gathered it all himself. Lost in the machine. A man who still served.
Understood.
What's our next move? We have 20 minus 4 hours before the buyers arrive. After that, the weapons disappear into the domestic pipeline. Impossible
Mission
to
ready.
track until fair used. The air in the bunker was cold. It smelled of metal and old paper. The weight of the coming hours pressed on them both. The small room held big consequence.
For Jake. For all of them.